Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're kind of trying a new format out for once because we're going to be talking about multiple things that are happening in the NBA. It's kind of NBA news, Elian talk. I'm trying a new format out to see if this is a better way because I wanted to talk about a lot of things today that didn't warrant its own video. So I want to see if I can just combine things into one video and it's like, it catches on, like it's a good format to use. And we're going to start off this video with talking about Joel Embiid's return to the NBA. He's finally debuted for this season. He's finally made his comeback, and it was a absolute shit show. Embiid only dropped 13 points. He had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Absolutely dog shit, especially for someone of the caliber of a Joel Embiid. Someone who's supposed to be, in my opinion, probably a top 5, maybe top 3 basketball player currently in the league right now, and it was terrible. Now, I know some of the Joel Embiid defenders are about to come in and say, well, he's probably just rusty because he hasn't played. And you know what? In all fairness, that is sort of true. He hasn't played this entire season. But at the same time, a 13-point performance in your comeback game is inexcusable, in my opinion, all right, man? I think my main problem with this type of performance is that, look at PG, he just had his best game in Philly, dropped 29 points, had 10 rebounds, had a double-double. And this was PG's best performance, and instead of capitalizing on it, they didn't. They shit the bed, lost to the Knicks, and yeah, it was just a terrible performance all around for Embiid. But I'm not going to be quick and pull the alarm saying, oh, well, Embiid, the Philadelphia 76ers are cooked. No, I don't think they're cooked. I think they still will make the playoffs eventually. Here's why. They're in the East. I said it in my Bucks video. I'm going to say it here. Being in the East gives you an automatic advantage to be in the playoffs over any other team in the West. Simply because the East is so bad. Like, right now, the Hornets are one of the top teams in the East, I believe. I might be wrong. But they might be in the play-in picture. Realistically, though, the 76ers could just very easily make a cool playoff, not playoff run, but if they win like 7 games in a row, like in the before like the All-Star break, they could probably squeeze back into that playoff picture because they eventually will be in the playoffs. I do think they're going to be in the playoffs, and I don't think we should judge this team based on just seeing Embiid and PG play. We haven't seen the big three, in quotations I say that, with Maxey, because Maxey's also a very vital piece of this Philadelphia team right now, and he's injured. And I think that's going to be the constant issue with this team. They're going to be all injured. Like, PG just came off an injury, and Embiid just came off an injury, not Maxey's injured. I wouldn't be surprised if when Maxey comes back, oh, well, PG's hurt again, or Embiid's hurt again, and they probably will lose their next game because it's a back-to-back. Like, they played today as well instead of... And they're playing against the Cavs, who will get their own segment soon. My take on the Philadelphia 76ers, I think they will be a playoff team. Are they a contender? I think the problem with them being contenders is that you kind of have to go off the basis that they're, by default, the 4th best team in the East. Like, they're not better than the Celtics, they're not better than the Knicks, they're not better than the Bucks, but they are probably better than the Magic, Cavs, and so-and-so, the Pacers. They are probably the 4th best team. But, like, when we get to that second round, like, are they going to be able to beat any of the other teams I mentioned, like Celtics, Knicks, or the Bucks? They probably won't beat the Bucks, Celtics, or the Knicks, like I mentioned before. I don't like last year they were in the play-in and lost in the first round. I think they will probably get the second round, like their yearly tradition of going to the second round and getting eliminated. The only team I could maybe see them feasibly beating is like maybe the Bucks, because the Bucks have been shitty themselves, and that's the only team I can very maybe see them beating. Just disappointing all around, because I've been a very big Joel Embiid guy. He's not my favorite player by no means, but I'm a big fan of him as a player. I think he is one of the best players, and I just seen doo-doo when he played today. It was dog shit. And I like the PG. PG played good though. Let's praise some PG. I want to see more of this PG. He looked more like he was in his prime. Maybe like he can't really be as consistent. I know because he's old now. But if you're going to be paying him that money for like the next 3 years, you better get your worth. This better be like, PG should maybe average like 20. Like that should be the bare minimum for PG as a Philadelphia 76ers. To average like 20 points, 5 rebounds, and like 5 assists. That should be his bare minimum of what he should be doing. And Embiid needs to get at least a double-double every game, because this is a fucking disappointment. But yeah, I do think the Philadelphia 76ers are contenders, and hopefully they turn it around. I believe they are one of the bottom seeds right now. I think they might be either the last seed or one of the last ones. I'll put it on screen. I'm not checking right now. I'm looking at my computer. Klay Thompson made his return to the Warriors, finally played a game against them, and honestly, this was a very competitive game in my opinion. Not in my opinion, it came down to the wire, 3-point game right here. The Warriors got a sneaky win, they got the win here. The Warriors have been surprisingly really good this season. I wasn't expecting this, I thought the Warriors would be one of the worst teams in the league, but they're 9-2. Yeah, they've been surprisingly decent. I'm surprised by how good they've been. I guess you should never doubt Steph Curry because he's the greatest point guard of all time and can pretty much lead the team. I know I'm glazing right now, but I genuinely do believe when you have people like Curry or LeBron on your team, you can pretty much lead any team to the playoffs. Like he's a superstar. Like you can't compete with the true point god. Fuck you, Chris Paul. But back to what I was saying. Klay dropped 22. It was probably his best game as a Maverick, honestly, from a pure point of view. Like, he was doing his work. He was trying to prove himself, but they did not get the win. Luka dropped 31, tried his best out there, but no matter how much they did, they could not deny Curry's fucking wrath, because this man dropped 37. And yeah, that's pretty much what happened with this game. Honestly, my opinion on the Mavericks right now have been very iffy. I never thought the Mavericks were really serious contenders to begin with. I've never thought, even last season when they made the finals run, they've always been under that dark horse type of team. Like a team that can make a run for sure, but not a team that you're 100% certain, oh yeah, this is a team that's going to the playoffs. They're going to go to the conference finals. I've always viewed the Mavericks as a dark horse team because they have the Luka factor. I know this sounds like dick riding because it is, because I'm a Luka dick rider, but the Luka factor is, Luka is one of the best players in the league. I think he can lead this team to like a playoffs, to the conference finals, because he's one of the best players. However, the team isn't very greatly constructed to the point where they can really make a very like definitive run. I would say that like every time they make a run, it's very iffy. Like last year, it was very iffy. They got very lucky with their matchups because they faced the Clippers without Kawhi. They faced the Thunder, who never went to the playoffs, with Shea. And then they faced the Wolves, and they were just a perfect matchup against the Wolves. Like, they just torched them. This team, like, the Mavericks now, I don't think will make it past the second round unless Klay can, like, step it up. Even then, I think Kyrie also needs to step it up. He's been very iffy as well. He doesn't take as many shots as he used to, which in some aspects can be good because, you know, you don't want someone just shot chucking, just trying to get something in there like Luka does sometimes, admittedly. Like, he's 13 for 27. I will admit when I see shot, you know. But I think he needs to take more shots. He is that second guy. He's supposed to be the co-star, so he needs to kind of kick it into high gear if they want to be, you know, true contenders. But yeah, I think the Dallas Mavericks can be classified as a dark horse team. They're 5-6, I believe. Yeah, 5-6. Just a decent team. I don't really have much jokes for them. I think they'll still be somewhat competitive. I would never count out the Mavericks because I'm a Luka dick rider. But yeah, let's go into the next big news. The Cavs are 12-0. They're probably going to be 13-0 because they're going to be facing the Philadelphia 76ers against Embiid, who's probably not going to play, against just PG. So unless PG turns into fucking LeBron James, I don't think they'll lose. So they're probably going to be 13-0. And people have been very weird about this. I'm under the belief that the Cavs aren't a real team that you should look out for in the East. Like they're in that, like, I know I mentioned it with the Mavericks, but they're a dark horse team, admittedly. Like, they can make a run, but, like, are they really gonna? Like, it's the Cavs. Like, Donovan Mitchell's nice, all right? Let's not lie. Donovan Mitchell is nice, but at the same time, he's not even the best player in his position. Like, I would say Devin Booker and Ant are better. Like, it's weird. Again, he's in the East, though, so, like, it gives him that edge where, like, you're in the East. Anyone can make a run. Like, we saw last year, the Pacers made a run. Like, anybody can make a run in the East to at least be conference finals. You can make a run if you get lucky enough in the East. My thing is, I don't think this team is really contenders. There's a lot of people that are like, oh, don't doubt the Cavs. They 12-0. But for one, it's the regular season. I'm just gonna say it now. The regular season rarely reflects what you see in the playoffs. Like last year, the Mavericks were the 5th seed. They won the West. Like by that logic, like you see the Mavericks, they were 5th seed last year. Like you can't really be like, oh, the regular season shows everything, because it doesn't. All right, it doesn't. But it is very strange how the Cavs have started this hot streak. I'm not gonna say the Cavs are a bad team. They're very good. They have Evan Mobley. Jared Allen's good. Those are both good players. Donovan Mitchell, as I mentioned before, I think borderlines in that top 15 player category. I don't think he's top 10 yet. I don't think he's top 10. But top 15, I'll say he's top 15 most likely. But I don't think the Cavs are contenders. A lot of people are comparing them to the 2015 Atlanta Hawks, which is fucked up, all right? This team is better than the Hawks team because they have, Donovan Mitchell, who's better than pretty much any player they had in that Hawks team. And no offense to those players. They were nice. But Donovan Mitchell, I think, is probably better than most of them. I think it's this Cavs team. They can be something, but they would just have to get lucky. Like, that's all I can say. They would have to get lucky. And yeah, that's it for today's video. This is a different format. I covered 3 things. Anything else you want me to cover, I'll cover. I guess I don't know. Also, send some hot takes, please. I need some hot takes. I'm trying to start Hot Take Friday, but I can't do that if the hot takes are either ice cold or just I don't have any. So please subscribe if you're new. I post weekly. I'm trying to post more consistently. And yeah, see you next time.